What will happen to this dry ice in our super air chamber? Can our teams get GP along a slimy pole with their ingenious inventions? And how do you carry toxic alien juice without touching it? Turn your genius levels up to 11. It's time for Ultimate Brain!
My name, Dr. Brain. My task, simple. To find the cleverest, cunning minds of dastardly deduction using a blend of mind-boggling science and fantastically fabulous ingenuity. Man, I love this job. This is Ultimate Brain!
Let's meet our mega-minded contestants vying for victory on today's show. The team in green are mean on the answer scene. From Worthing, it's Alfie, John, and Alicia. They're dressed in yellow, but they're not here to mellow. From Hertfordshire, it's Izzy, Ellie, and Ella. And our celebrity team in blue are the stars of CBBC's So Awkward. It's the So Fantastic Cleo, Sophia, and Amira.
Right! My super brain box detector sense is going crazy! I detect incredibly clever people nearby. And here they are! It's the Greens! How you doing, Green Team?
Good. Good, yeah.
Dr. John, feeling good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You look like a serious kind of guy. What do you want to be when you get out of school?
I want to be a biologist.
Biologist, brilliant! What's your team name?
Hashtag Sciencey Monkeys.
Fantastic to meet you. It's the Greens! Over here, it's my good friends, the Yellows. How are you, Yellows?
Good.
Fantastic. Now then, Dr. Izzy,
Hi.
what would you like to be when you get out of school?
I want to work abroad and go into politics and help change the world for the better.
Oh, I love that. Help bring people together.
Yeah.
Make the world a better place to live in. I love it! What's your team name?
The Science Sisters.
Brilliant! The Yellows! Now then, Blues. So you are the stars of the brand new smash hit show, So Awkward. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Dr. Cleo,
Hello.
ever done any experiments?
We do a lot of stuff in science.
Oh,
We
yes.
use measuring things.
Measuring things.
Cylinders. Measuring cylinders.
Yes, we'll go with that.
And I'm prone to dropping things.
Oops.
I tripped over and I dropped it and it was mercury inside, so we had to evacuate the room.
Oh, no, and being mercury, it sort of went everywhere, I suppose.
Went everywhere.
Formed little tiny balls and ran
Caused
all
a
over the
bit of
floor.
a commotion.
Whoops. So, Blues, what's your team name?
Delicious.
Fantalicious! It's the Blues, everybody! Marvellous. Now remember, teams, you'll need to have your brains set to super extra clever mode at all times if you want to grab the points on this show. And we ain't mucking around, do you know what I mean? It's time for Brain Ignition. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's warm up those brains with a nice, simple question. It's time to meet one of my biggest fans. Well, I say biggest, I mean smallest. And not the kind who hang about outside the studio screaming, "Oh my God, Dr. Brain, you're so good looking, please can I have your autograph." Not that kind. This ingenious plastic box has an extractor fan on the top, you see, and a gap at each corner, you see. At the bottom of the box is a bowl of water with some dry ice in it. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So the question is, what will happen when I turn the fan on? Oh, look at the confusion on their faces. Actually, the answer is quite simple, but to make it even simpler for them, you're going to have 4 choices, okay? Count them, 4. So, will the dry ice, A, blow out of the 4 gaps on the side, B, form a cube in the middle, C, all float to the top of the box, or D, something else entirely that even I, Dr. Brain, have not thought of with my incredible monkey thinking powers. All right, you box-busting, brainy buffins, decide amongst yourselves. Your thinking time starts now!
So, 4 choices here. Think carefully, teens. The actual answer might just blow you away. Have you thought of your answer?
Okay, folks, that's it. Your thinking time is up. So, it's time to reveal your answers now. What have we got? Oh, an A, a B, and a C. Yellows. Why A?
When you blow a fan to anything, it automatically blows out the corners. So if
Yes, of course.
it will go out the corners of the box.
So the air is going to go in and it's going to force everything outwards.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if they'll be right. So let's go B. Greens. Why B?
So a fan will cool it down, and if you make something cooler, then it will solidify or freeze.
It's going to change the temperature of the dry ice, and you think it's going to cause it then to sort of freeze into a shape.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Again, could they be right? C. You blues, you've gone for C. Why have you gone for C?
If it's a fan, then it should go up.
If it's like an extractor fan, so we
Yes.
thought it would like take it out, so it would pull it.
But will it all go up? Very interesting. Okay, so you think you're clever, eh? Let's see what actually happens when we turn the fan on. Shall we do it? Yeah, let's do it. Here we go. Switching on. So, the fan is on now. Now, what's happening? The air's going up. Oh, but what's happening there? Ooh, it's a twister. As the fan draws the air up and out of the chamber, air from outside the box is forced in through the gaps in the corners. Now, the position of these gaps causes this incoming air to create a spiral there, you see? And the dry ice allows us to see that spiraling air. Wow, look at that. So, the answer is D, something else. A tornado. So, unfortunately, nobody got that one right. No points for anybody, I'm afraid. Now, my friends, it's time to think a little differently. It's time for our creative challenge. We call this challenge Slippery Pole Smarty Pants. I had a telephone call the other day. It was Prince Charles. He said, hello, Dr. Brain. Now, I have an invitation for you here from Mumsy to come to the palace. We've got a medal for you to pick up. I said, oh, it must be in recognition of all my wonderful work that I do in science. He said, no, not you, you idiot. It's for the guinea pig. I said, what? Yes! The guinea pig's got to go to Buckingham Palace. And naturally, he has to look as clean and smart as possible. I'm not jealous at all that
It's him and not me.
Unfortunately, the only way GP can get into Buckingham Palace is along the drain pipe. But it's all slimy, and GP can't afford to get all messy. Imagine one is not impressed with your grubby threads. Off with your head. Hi-ya! She does karate, you know. Now, our teams were given 2 days and a massive budget of £50 to design solutions to this challenge.
Guinea pig can climb or dangle from the pole freely, but he must not be attached by a fixed harness. Our teams need to think about balance and friction. Their devices need to provide enough friction to allow GP to move along the slimy pole and enough to stop him from slipping off like this. Oh dear. They must also come up with a way to keep GP's lovely new tracksuit clean. The team that keeps the tracksuit the cleanest will be the winner!
Yes, please welcome my very good friend, and my pet, actually, Guinea Pig! GP. GP. GP.
Hi, Dr. Brain. I was just tying my shoelaces.
Right, of course. Are you ready, Guinea Pig?
I don't know, Dr. Brain.
Of course you are. You were born ready, weren't you? Yeah, yes. Right, teams, are you ready?
Yeah!
Let's try your plans. First of all, it's the yellows. What's the name of your plan?
The hanging hammock.
The hanging hammock.
There's a suction glove
Oh, yes.
and a scraper.
So what are they for? What are they going to do?
He will scrape off the slime a bit. Just,
He needs to.
Yeah, he needs to. As the slime will be gone, he'll use his hand to push himself along.
I see.
The Science Sisters have put GP in a hanging hammock with a blanket to cover his treasured tracksuit. They're hoping he'll be able to scrape the slime off with his scraper, allowing his sucker glove to firmly grip onto the pole. This should give him enough friction to push against the pole and drag his hanging hammock forwards.
Well, you've thought of everything. Sounds pretty good to me. Shall we see it in operation?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Ready, guinea pig?
Do you really think this is going to work? Or are you just hammocking me?
Ah, I'm mocking me. Very good. Here we go then. 3, 2, 1, go guinea pig! So he's scraping a bit there. Now he's putting the suckers on.
Yeah,
He's trying to push.
Put it round the side. Put it round the side of the pole.
You can use both hands if you need to. Put the sucker down if you need to.
Don't worry about scraping off the slime.
Oh, they've abandoned the scraper. But what about Slippy Slime?
Put it down on the blanket and use both hands
And pull.
Grab. It doesn't, and then pull.
Even with the suckers, GP can't get a grip. Look!
You know those things that are attaching your hammock? Use them. Pull them.
Pull them.
Pull them.
across.
Pull
No, pull it higher.
Pull your hands higher.
Move your hands higher up.
Oh no.
Weight of guinea pig. He can't quite shift himself. He can't get any movement. Ah. And time up, I'm afraid. Stop, guinea pig. Stop. I'm afraid that's time.
Went there and then came back.
Oh, those suckers sucked big time, and not in a good way. The surface was just too slippery and slimy, meaning there was simply not enough friction for them to form an airtight seal on the pole. GP's heavy hammock was going nowhere fast, mate.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see how the greens do. What's the name of your plan?
The Slippertron 5000.
The Slippertron 5000, available from all shops soon. What does it involve?
He holds on to two of the hoops with his hands.
Yes.
And then the other two go around his feet. And then sweeping motion with hands.
Yeah, just swing himself along.
Now, what's he wrapped in?
Cling film.
Cling film.
So, the hashtag Sciencey Monkeys will dangle GP from the pole with lightweight hoops and cover him in cling film to keep him clean. They hope he can slide the hoops along the slimy pole using a sweeping action with his arms and legs. Oh, it might just work. Then again, it might not.
Okay, are you ready to see your plan in action?
Yeah.
Let's see it. 3, 2, 1, go guinea pig! Now you can shout encouragement. Oh, look, it's working pretty well. Well, look at that! You've done it!
Wow, the hashtag Sciencey Monkeys lightweight hanging hoops meant GP could easily slide them along the slimy pole. They used the lack of friction to their advantage, speeding him to the finish line. Nice job.
Of course, the big test is now, did you keep him clean? Let's have a look. Well, yes, I can see from here that there's a little bit on his knees and a little bit on his chest, but it's on the cling film and not actually on him, which means you did it. Well done, Greens! Now then, let's see how the Blues do. Wow, the Greens have set a bit of a target there. How are you going to beat it, Blues?
Well, we're hoping that he can use his hands and his feet to get across the pole by trying to scrape the slime off with the scrapers on his shoes.
Ah, so those are the things on his shoes. They're sort of scrapers.
Yeah.
And he's covered in something.
He's
Bubble
covered
wrap to protect
him
from the slime.
Team Bantalicious hope GP will remove the slime by scraping it away with his special scrapey shoes. Then, gripping the pole with his hands, the plan is for him to shuffle along in his Bantalicious bubble wrap baby grow. Could be bubbly bad, or could be bubbly brilliant.
Now, what's the name of your plan?
Grippylicious.
Wonderful name. Shall we see it in action?
Yeah.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go guinea pig!
Use your hands and your feet. Yeah.
Slip along. Thank you.
You can use your shoes
There we
to scrape
go.
it off if you need to.
Well, he seems to be going quite well without it.
Yeah. Keep going. Sorry.
Oh,
GP seems to be shuffling along in style. But wait, it's getting slippy, dirty.
oh no! Oh! Now that's changed things. Let's put the cat among the pigeons. Oh!
Use the shoes.
Wait. Yes.
Yeah, okay,
No.
keep going.
That's it, guinea pig.
Keep going.
Go, guinea pig. Oh, guinea pig. Oh, we're out of time, I'm afraid.
Oh dear, GP's scrapey shoes were useless. A lack of balance and friction meant he soon slipped right off the slimy pole.
Now, if you got points for comedy, you'd be through the roof by now, because that was funny. It didn't quite work. What went wrong?
I think the bubble wrap kind of stuck to the slime.
Unlucky! So that means no points. But the Greens get 10! Well done, you Greens! Pesky flies! Now, this round is all about super speedy reactions. Which of our brainy teams has the fastest reactions? It's time to bring out the slow but nice. This epic camera records in super very slow motion so that I can accurately see who the winner really is. On the random sound of Dr. Brain, hey! One member of each team will strike these breadsticks in front of them using a karate chop motion. The first contestant to chop through the breadsticks in a singular chop motion is the winner! Okay, here we go! Ready? Hey! Stick-tastic stuff! I've never seen breadsticks destroyed so quickly.
Jump a lot of action there, but whose karate mitten was the fastest? It's impossible to tell.
Well, there's only one way to be sure, folks. Activate the Slowmanizer!
Let's have a look then now. Then, oh, there, Dr. Alicia's on the move there. Dr. Amira right behind her. Dr. Izzy still asleep. Oh, but look! Dr. Alicia has broken the bread before Dr. Izzy even moved. Amazing.
Crumbs, that was close. So, the first person to touch it was Green! Well done, you!
Let's see it again. Here she goes. Gosh, look at that! What's it done to the scores, though? Let's have a look. Yes! Look, it's kept them in the lead. There were 20. Nothing for anyone else.
Got some alien friends staying with me at the moment. I met them on one of my space missions. They're from the planet Krarg, you see. And in order to make them feel at home, I've made them some of their very own special favourite Krargian Hahanga juice. Now, the problem is, Hahanga juice is toxic to humans and monkeys. So, teams, can you help me get these bottles of Hahanga juice over to the toxic box? Now, the game is, you've got to pick up our bottles without touching them with your hands, get as many of them as you can over to the toxic box over there, using any two of the scientific materials that you have there on your laboratory desks in front of you. There, you see. Now, if you drop a bottle, that's it. It's gone. The team that transfers the most bottles to the toxic box will win the game. You understand?
Yeah.
Brilliant. You have 3 minutes to confer and decide on your best method of transportation. Your time starts now. Start thinking.
Scoop it up from the bottom and then we can slide the plate under like that.
The teams need to think about how to counteract gravity, the force that's pulling the bottles towards the ground.
It's gonna fall, I can tell you that.
They can do this by supporting them from the top or the bottom. But the bottles of Hahanga juice are pretty heavy, so their devices will need to be strong enough to support their weight. Remember, the items can touch the bottles, but their hands can't. And they can use two items that work together. Can they do it?
There we go. Time's up, time's up. What fantastic toxic transportation devices have you come up with? I can't wait to find out. Greens, you're up first. Everybody else, please put your blindfolds and your ear defenders on so you can't see or hear the green plan. Now then, what plan have you come up with?
We're going to try and stretch the green balloon over the top.
Over the top. Don't touch it, don't touch it.
Of the bottle,
yes.
And then we're going to secure it with an elastic band and hope the air pressure is tight enough so we can pull it and hold it up by the...
So you've got to use air pressure. Who's going to do it?
Me.
Ready then, Dr. Alfie?
Yeah.
Then your time starts now. Let's see how it works. Picking up the balloon. I'm watching like a hawk. A monkey hawk. Yes, now. Is the hand touching? No, it's doing quite well. Oh, it's tricky, isn't it? More difficult than perhaps even I thought. So you've got to think of something else.
Oh, hashtag Sciencey Monkey stretched the balloon skin too far.
Oh dear. He's going to try that. Now that. Now he still hasn't touched it as far as I know. Placing the balloon between. Oh. That's what the game's all about, folks. Oh, dear. That's it. Watch your fingers there. Watch your fingers. That's not bad. He still hasn't touched it. Oh, he's working hard. That's it. Oh, your finger touched it.
Oh dear, that elastic band balloon combination might have worked, but they touched the bottle. Too bad.
There we go. That bottle's gone, unfortunately.
No, put it around it untied before
trying.
Yeah,
that
I see, yes. Put it around it untied and then tie it.
Yeah, there you go. Use the ridge.
Ah, that's time up, I'm afraid.
We failed badly.
Unfortunately, no bottles means no points. Let's see how the next team get on. So, now, yellows, what plan have you come up with?
So we're going to put the yellow balloon over the
Oh, let's touch it.
top. And then you're going to put the elastic band round and then use this as a top and then carry it.
Shall we see if it works? Yeah. Dr. Ellen seems to be taking charge. Your time starts now. Stretching them. Now, watch your fingers. Now,
They're starting off very much like the green team did, but what will they do next?
And then blow up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Pop it in like that.
Watch your fingers. Watch your fingers. Good work. Yes, I think we're all right so far.
No, I don't think it's not going to stretch.
Ah, look. So she's going to blow into the balloon. That's all right. That's allowed.
The Science Sisters seem to be onto something with their balloon inside a bottle plan, but have they got enough puff?
I can't tie balloons.
Pop it back in and then really try and pull it.
Yes.
Interesting idea, but have they cracked the problem here?
Pop it in like that. Just pop your fingers in it.
Unlucky.
Push. Yeah, like that.
That's all right. Your fingers inside the...
Yeah, just leave it
Should I
like that.
use the elastic band?
It's on your wrist. It's on your wrist.
That's clever.
Bit more down.
Watch your fingers. Ooh, I think... Oh. Time up, I'm afraid. Unlucky. No bottles there.
Oh, they were so close with the balloon in the bottle. If only they'd kept blowing.
Ah, there we go. A lesson learned. Will the blues do any better? What's your plan?
What we're going to do is we're going to put the balloon over the top of the bottle and then we're going to tie an elastic band around it and then hopefully it should stay on, hopefully.
Not hopefully, definitely. Let's try it. Shall we see it? Then your time starts now.
Strangely enough, Team Pantalicious are working on the same idea, but will it work this time?
Sorry, I saw a bit of finger on bottle there. Right, so that bottle's gone. Sorry, Uncle Kakanga, your bottle's gone. None for you. Oh, he's devastated. Now, your fingers are inside the balloon. I'm predicting a bit of touchage.
Put it over like that.
That's looking better. Oh, don't spill it. It's harder than it looks.
Like that.
Touch the bottle, hopefully. And you're getting a good purchase on it. Watch those fingers. Yes, that's all right. Yes, that's good.
Team So Awkward, not that awkward. They've managed to stretch the balloon over the rim without ripping it or touching the bottle. Excellent.
That's all right.
Oh, no.
Pulling up, giving it a bit of a twang.
Right.
Now, that's all right because you're touching the balloon and not the bottle, so that's allowed. Here we go. We have one moving. Yes, bottle is moving. Yes, she's made it. That's one. Well done, well done. That's time up. Which is sort of fortunate because you left your device over there, didn't you? So what would you have done now? You see, you didn't think of that, did you? Well done. You got one. Well, what an extraordinary experiment. And the funny thing is, everybody chose almost exactly the same method. You all chose the same two objects, but only one team, I can reveal, managed to get a bottle over to there, and that was the Blues. So well done. You get 10 points. Now, here's a clever little way to do this. So I've got the plastic tube that you had in front of you and the balloon. You see the balloon is inside the bottle. So what you can do is you blow into the balloon. And then, there we have it, you see? You can just lift the bottle straight up like that, you see, because the balloon is holding it into place. Ha 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 ha! There we go. Now, as the final round of exciting science approaches, let's find out what the score is with that little thing I call the scores.
So, Team So Awkward finally have some scores on the board, but what about our Science Sisters? Now make nothing.
So, my mighty-minded teams, this is your last chance to take the points and the honour and seize victory. Get your incredible scientific knowledge at the ready. GP!
Let's see what these guys are made of.
Oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium and phosphorus mainly. And a dash of good looks too. Hands on your desks, teams. Are you ready? Yeah! Here we go. 2 points for each correct answer. Let's do this. What is the longest bone in the human body? Green.
Femur.
Correct. Which part of the eye is coloured and surrounds the pupil? Yellow.
Iris.
Correct.
Which mineral commonly forms the lead in a pencil? Yellow.
Graphite.
That's correct.
Which body in our solar system was once classified as a planet but is now a dwarf planet? Blue.
Pluto.
It's correct.
The process by which green plants convert light energy into their food. Yellows.
Photosynthesis.
Correct.
Alexander Graham Bell became famous for inventing which communication device? Green.
The phone.
Is right. Oh, that's time. Wow. Whew. Quick-tastic stuff. Your brilliant brains were electric in that round. Well, some of you did freeze in the blizzard of questions, but some of you were scientifically sizzling. But which team of marvelous minds came out on top overall? Yes, it's time for the results. Here we go then, GP. In third place, with 6 points, it's the yellow team! Well done, well done. Give them a big round of applause. Well done there, you yellows. In second place, with 12 points, ooh, it's the blue team! Well done, you blues, well done. But that means our ultimate brain winners with a massive 26 points. Yes, it's the green! Well done, you greens! Oh, they certainly have, GP. A finer set of minds this laboratory has rarely seen. And a special well done to you, our winners, who masterminded your way to scientific glory. If it's honor you're after, then it's ultimate brain honor. You have won. Salute your victors, teams. See you next time for more action-packed scientific brilliance on Ultimate Brain!
What will happen to this dry ice in our super air chamber? Can our teams get GP along a slimy pole with their ingenious inventions? And how do you carry toxic alien juice without touching it? Turn your genius levels up to 11. It's time for Ultimate Brain!
My name, Dr. Brain. My task, simple. To find the cleverest, cunning minds of dastardly deduction using a blend of mind-boggling science and fantastically fabulous ingenuity. Man, I love this job. This is Ultimate Brain.
Let's meet our mega-minded contestants vying for victory on today's show. The team in green are mean on the answer scene. From Worthing, it's Alfie, John, and Alicia. They're dressed in yellow, but they're not here to mellow. From Hertfordshire, it's Izzy, Ellie, and Ella. And our celebrity team in blue are the stars of CBBC's So Awkward. It's the So Fantastic Cleo, Sophia, and Amira.
Right! My super brain box detector sense is going crazy. I detect incredibly clever people nearby. And here they are. It's the Greens. How you doing, Green Team?
Good.
Dr. John, Feeling good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You look like a serious kind of guy. What do you want to be when you get out of school?
I want to be a biologist.
Biologist, brilliant. What's your team name?
Hashtag Sciencey Monkeys.
Fantastic to meet you. It's the Greens. Over here, it's my good friends, the Yellows. How are you, Yellows?
Great.
Fantastic. Now then, Dr. Izzy,
Hi.
what would you like to be when you get out of school?
I want to like work abroad and like go into politics and help change the world for the better.
Oh, I love that. Help bring people together.
Yeah.
Make the world a better place to live in. I love it. What's your team name?
The Science Sisters.
Brilliant. The Yellows. Now then, Blues. So you are the stars of the brand new smash hit show, So Awkward. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Dr. Cleo,
Hello.
ever done any experiments?
We do a lot of stuff in science.
Oh,
We
yes.
use like measuring